Hi guys, I'm over here. It's Chris from the Ultimate Recycler behind an enormous pile of e-waste this week. Hang on, I'll move the camera and I'll come a bit closer. This is episode 48, I think, of Monday Marathon, where we process e-waste from the charity shop. It is Monday and this is going to be a marathon. I've got a lot of stuff here. I actually pick up every Monday morning from the charity shop, but last week they actually called me again on Friday and said, "We've been inundated, there's so much, come and get another load." So I picked up Monday and Friday. So this episode I think is going to be a pretty good one. There's a lot of stuff. There's a couple of lamps, there's kitchen appliances, there's electronics, there's stuff in boxes that I don't even know what is in them. I haven't unpacked some of the boxes. There's some more boxes back behind me all the way to the floor. I didn't exclude anything. We've got to go through it all. I thought we might as well do it all. Hopefully it's just a matter of testing, quick, clean, sell. I do manage to save generally probably about 80 to 90% of the stuff I pick up that, if you're new to the channel, would otherwise go out to the transfer station as e-waste, and very little of it would actually be useful anymore. So I like to keep things in circulation. I like to clean them up and test them and sell them. I sometimes like to fix stuff. It's going to be an interesting journey this week. If you can't watch it all in one hit, break it down into a few parts. But I'm going to try and get through it all. We'll see how we go. Well, I guess we should start at the beginning. What am I going to do here? I've got to make some room on the bench. So we might move, I think it's a TV up front. You probably can't quite see that. I think that's a computer monitor. We'll move those two and this hi-fi system off the bench. There's a couple of speakers behind here. And that way we'll have a bit of room to unpack these three boxes here. Then we can get the other boxes up. I think we're going to have a situation where some parts aren't all in the same box. So we kind of need to unpack all the smalls to see what we've got. Hopefully the TV does have a remote. It looks like an older one. It may not be worth fixing or even cleaning up. We'll see how we go. All right, I'll move some things and we'll be back with you shortly with a bit more space to work. Okay, at the risk of having an avalanche, I've stacked everything there. We'll see how we go. Let's go through this blue crate first. We have a kettle. It looks not too bad inside. We should be able to clean that up. I usually put a bit of citric acid in there, boil it up, and it cleans them up very easily. And here's a base in here, so I guess that's the base for it. Yep, looks right. What brand is it? Westinghouse, I think. So that will be okay if it tests safe. We'll get some water in that in a minute and test it. Actually, it's got a tag on here. What's this say? Oh, it's just a Westinghouse tag. Probably telling you not to use it in the shower or something ridiculous. All right, we'll get some water in that in a minute and test it. We have a Breville, what are these, a blender? So that should be pretty good. Hopefully that works fine. Here's the jug for it. So I think we'll unpack the blue tub and then we'll test these items. Looks to be complete. It's got the little thing in the top, which sometimes are missing when I get them. So yeah, a little dirty, but it should be all right. We have a toaster. Generally, oh, it's clean enough. Generally, toasters are absolutely filthy, and I don't know why people feel they can donate them. Date code 2019 Home & Co. Home. It just says Home. It's just a supermarket brand. Very cheap toasters. You can probably buy them brand new for $10, which makes them really not viable. This one does really just need a clean up, like a quick wipe over. It wouldn't take much. So if it tests okay, even if we just get 5 for it, we're better off doing that than throwing it out. We'll check that shortly. The only other thing in this tub is something in a box. What is it? It's a Lumina gravy warmer. I don't think I've ever had a gravy warmer. All in the box here. It looks okay. Oh, so it's a ceramic gravy jug. Just a standard. Yeah, it looks unused. And it's just got a little warming hot plate that it sits on. All right, well, that's pretty cool. We should be able to sell that. We'll test that. Looks like it probably doesn't even need cleaning. Rightio, we'll get this tub out of the road. We'll put some water in the kettle. We'll run through these things next. Okay, the kettle's come to the boil successfully. It tests safe. It has a good earth. It's not a plastic one. It's a stainless steel. It's just been painted black. I think we'll get $10 for that. I notice it is missing a little screen there, but I don't think that matters. It's in good condition. Otherwise, a couple of scratches, but that's fine. So we'll clean that up, and I've had some citric acid in there, so I'm sure it will look much nicer inside. I won't touch it just yet. It's a bit hot. All right, we'll check the toaster. It's actually pretty good inside, as I mentioned. I don't think it's been used very much. A little dirty around the top, but as long as it tests safe, we'll see how we go. So we have power to it now. Do we have a earth? Yes, it passes the earth test. Let's see if it lights up. All right, stays down. Cancel lights on, which is normal. We have a thermostat here. All right, we'll leave it on low. We'll see how long it takes to pop up. I can see from here it looks like the elements are all glowing. Yep, every one of them's going, so that's fine. It will probably just be a $5 flip, or we might try 10, but I'm pretty sure you can buy them new for about that. It will clean up very good. It's quite good inside, just that bit of staining around the top, and I'll have to let it cool down before I do that, of course. Let's just touch the cancel, see if that works. Yep. And the thermostat's on the lowest, so it should click up pretty quickly. And then that's another one we can clean up when it cools down. There we go, that works well. And now let's see how this blender goes. We'll plug it in. It's I'm not sure if it's double insulated or not, but we've got no metal to put the earth probe on. We'll power it up. And we need to turn it on. There we go, we have some life here. It's probably a timer or a countdown or something. We have 5 different speeds, an ice crusher, pulse, and a smoothie. Let's see what it sounds like. Oh, I didn't need to press off. That sounds bad. I think the bearing's gone. Let's try it again. Maybe pulse, which will probably give us flat out. Oh, that's a cacophony of horrible motor sounds. I'm pretty sure the top bearing's gone. It may have got liquid down past the seal, and it vibrates and it sounds terrible. I can't sell it like that. It did test safe, but we've now got a kind of a hot motor smell, so yep. Unfortunately, we'll have to scrap that one. We can't possibly sell that, and it's not worth trying to put a new bearing in it, even if you could get parts. I doubt you'd be able to be honest. Right, it looks like one we'll have to scrap. Now, what else have we got? We've got this gravy warmer, which I think is new. Well, maybe unused. It looks new. All right, so here's our little heat pad. Looks like there's a book with it as well. Yeah, it seriously looks like maybe it was only used once. So nothing's gone wrong, of course, with the porcelain or ceramic jug. It's in perfect condition. Let's power the base up. I'm not sure if it's double insulated or not. That's all plastic. Oh yeah, it does show an earth to the bottom bolt there. All right, we have a light on. Looks like it's going to work fine. It tests safe. Is that warming up? Yes, it is. So there we go. Just a little stand so you can keep your gravy warm when you're having a Christmas lunch, perhaps. Perfect. I don't think they're going to be worth a great deal. Lumina was a cheap supermarket brand again, so I think we'll probably just put $10 on that, and I'm sure we'll find a buyer for that pretty quickly. Okay, let's get these items off the bench and we'll unpack another box. Next to check, we'll do some lamps. Here's a classic 1980s era touch lamp. I do get a lot of these and they actually sell very well. Oh, it's got a tiny globe in it. Looks like it's a little fridge globe. At least it's an incandescent globe. I'm just holding it up to the light to check the filament. I think it's blown. Yes, it is blown. So you do need an incandescent globe. These won't work with LED globes, and that one's no good. I'll have to dig out another globe. Okay, this one should do it. Standard size bayonet fitting. It's a 60 watt. Usually 60 or 40 watt in these touch lamps is fine. You don't really want 100. They're a bit too bright. Okay, that's in there. The shade looks a little wonky, but we can tighten that up, and it's a bit dusty. It's got a test tag on it from, oh, it's tested in April this year, so it's not due until March 26, so it's still currently safe to use. I mean, I'm going to put it on my tester anyway, and I don't write out tags for these things unless people want me to. Otherwise I wouldn't, I'd be running at a loss if I spend 10 to 15 minutes cleaning something up and then write out a tag and only sell it for $5. I'm not doing very good. All right, that's on. There we go. Low, medium, high. Works perfectly. Looks okay on the tester. Very good. Just needs a quick clean. I'll get $20 for that. So that's, I always like finding these, especially obviously when they are ready to go pretty much, because I can make a bit of money for my time. Some of these other things I clean up, like that toaster I just finished cleaning. I'll show you later when we do our summary on the deck. And I'm only going to put $5 on it, so don't make much money on those things. But this one's okay. Rightio, we better get into the box. We have another lamp here. This looks like a pretty basic modern bedside lamp. Anko brand, so Kmart or Target, something like that. Looks in reasonable condition. The shade's a little fluffy, maybe they had a cat, but it doesn't appear to be damaged. A modern globe in it. Alright, we'll check the cord and plug this one in. And, oh, okay, maybe they had a little dog, because there's bite marks to the cord. In fact, nearly bitten in half. So terribly dangerous. Someone chose to donate this. They must have been aware of the bites, because that's actually right through, showing bare copper. So we can't plug that in to test it. That's not the original plug anyway. Someone's put a different plug on it. So I probably could very easily just rewire it, put another cord with a switch, and we'd probably get our $10. So probably worthwhile. I won't do that on camera. I've done them plenty of times, but yeah, lucky that wasn't just donated and then someone picked it up and took it home, because that's dangerous, very dangerous. All right, we'll have to get back to that one. I think we'll start unpacking one of these boxes now. What do we got in here? Lots of packets of stuff. Here we have it's coming out. A house number light. 16. Oh, do you just put? I think you just put stickers on there. It's just like a little mini light box. Hangs on the wall of your house. Automatically turns on at dusk. Comprehensive numbers and letters set included. No, there's not. There probably was. So I'm going to have to sell this to someone that lives at 16. Just the one screw, and I guess if they're LEDs and it's only on at night, they're going to last quite a long time. Oh, there we go. All right, just a very tiny little, one LED. So that is going to last a long time off the batteries. I don't know if these batteries are still any good. That one looks to be corroded one end, so it's going to need new batteries. I guess we can check it, but it's limited to whoever lives at number 16. I guess you can easily put new stickers on there, maybe buy some transfers from the newsagents or colour your own number in with Texter. So I'll replace the batteries with some normal ones and just make sure it works. I've got a couple of normal batteries in here now, and I thought, oh no, it's still not working, what's going on? Then I remembered that it's light activated, so I don't know exactly where the sensor is, but if I put my hand right over the circuit board there, still not dark enough. There we go, the light comes on. Not sure if you can see that, I think you can, yeah. So just one little LED that's light activated. The rechargeable batteries will charge off the solar panel. I think these batteries will still be okay, the ones that come out of it. They looked a bit corroded, but it was more just a little bit of a salt deposit. It hasn't corroded anything at all. I think these are new, and I wasn't very observant when I pulled it apart, but I had a look at the footage, and these little orange tabs fell out, and I think they were shipped with the protective plastic strip over the end of the batteries, so it had never actually been used. So they should be fine. They should charge up okay. I'll put them back in and I'll put it out in the sun today. It's not a particularly valuable piece. I think I'm only going to put $5 on it, and we'll leave it for either someone who lives at number 16 or someone can come up with their own numbering system. As long as we get the thing to charge up and work, that's pretty cool. So yeah, all right, better than throwing it out. Next in this box, we have more boxes. What's this? A handy heater. No messy wires, just plugs into a power point. Okay, it looks like a gimmick to me. Space-saving wall outlet heater. Turbo 800. Alright, well, it's the wrong time of the year to sell heaters, but is it new, considering it's in the box? Still in its packaging. Oh, it has a remote control, does it? Little remote control. Never been... Oh, maybe it has. Maybe it has been tried and they said this is useless. Oh, that's a adapter for different plugs from overseas. So I will keep that if it's no good. It must have a US or UK, or was that Chinese? I don't know. European. I think that's European. I've been corrected a few times in my videos. So we do need the adapter to turn it into an Australian plug. So it's just a really tiny little heater element. It looks new. Said maybe someone bought it and tried it and said this is absolutely useless, what a piece of junk, and put it back in the box and gave it to the charity shop. It's got a fan behind it. I guess we should test it. We might get ourselves $5 for it. I would imagine they were pretty cheap. So alright, we're going to have to take the adapter out. Has the adapter been taken out? I think that's, yeah, that's resealable, so it would have been tried, I would think. And we can actually put that either way, which is handy. You can have it going down. In fact, you need it going down for the control panel. But we've got to have it the other way to plug into the appliance tester easily on the bench. And then I can't access the controls. Alright, we'll see how we go. Will the appliance tester reach up a bit further? There we go, without knocking everything off the bench. I'll plug it in that way. Now at least I can see the controls. We'll turn it on. It tests safe. There's no earth. Well, there's nothing to earth to. Let's turn it on. How do we turn it on? Oh, it's already on. Fan's going. Oh yeah, that's... Oh, okay, I brushed past the on switch. They're just a touch switch. 25 it says, must be the degrees. The temperature in here. Plus or minus. Yep, turns the temperature up. There's a time. Oh, that is pumping out some heat. That's actually not too bad. That would heat a small office very easily. Little fan blows. I can't hold my hand any closer than that. It's starting to burn. I wound it up to 32. If we take it down, I think it's probably about 20 in my shed. And, oh yeah, it is cooling down slowly. 15's as low as it goes. Okay, well that works quite well. Very sensitive switches. So when you turn it off, the fan keeps going for a while to cool it down. Sensible. Must be on a timer. And that is cooling down. Well, there you go. That works pretty well. We better not unplug it until it's cooled down properly. And I assume it will go off in a matter of course. And there we go. It's still warm, but it has cooled off quite a bit. So that actually is surprisingly good. I would imagine it would only do a very small room, but might be handy in a bathroom or even toilet or something if you've got a PowerPoint there. Okay, so we do need to include the adapter with it. I will check them out online, but I might try and get $10 for those, given that they're basically new. And it has the adapter. And I'm seeing another one in here in a box. So that's why I said those. Alright, we can put it back in its packaging. It's cool enough. Won't melt the bubble wrap. And we have the remote control, which I didn't try, but I'm sure that works. Don't know where it went now. Oh, it fell in the bottom here. And that's never been used. It's still got the plastic isolation strip for the batteries. So, assuming the batteries are probably still okay. Alright, I will check them out online, but I'm thinking I'll get $10 for that. And the other one, we'll just make sure it's complete and in the same sort of condition. I guess I better plug it in. Hasn't got the bubble wrap sleeve, but it looks identical. I'll check that off camera to make sure it's good to go. Very good. Next in here we have something else in a packet. It's a switch box designed to select between AV speakers or AV equipment. Power pack. Yep, just says auxiliary phono switches. Again, it's probably been used once or twice. It says it had a $32 price sticker on it. So I think we'll probably try and get 10. We'll leave it in the packaging. I'm sure that will work fine. Here we have a little clock radio. Anco, cheap supermarket brand again, AM/FM radio. And this possibly hasn't been used either. Oh, I don't think this, no, this has never been even unpackaged. Well, I might as well leave it in the box. There's no sense trying to get it out and test it and then repackage it. Given that I'm only going to put $5 or $10 on it. Again, as with the toaster earlier, they were probably super cheap to buy anyway. So we might just put $5 on that in the box. I'll check them out online to make sure. Here we have a corded mouse. No, there's a cord. There's the corded mouse. That's a Microsoft one. It's very, very dirty and the rubber's gone sticky. I'm not going to worry about trying to save that one. This one is a cordless. Does it have the little receiver? It's got a battery in it. Oh, it was actually flashing, but the receiver's missing. Yeah, so it does actually work. The battery's probably okay. We'll turn it off. I'll check the battery because I'll keep that if it's any good. But without the receiver, it's not much good. So unless that turns up, it's going to go into the e-waste. I don't know. It just says A4 Tech. Don't think it's a particularly valuable one. So probably just e-waste for that. We'll test the battery later too. Here we have a little battery. Is this a battery? I'd say power supply, USB power supply for a Nikon, I'm presuming a camera. 5 volts, 0.5 amps. US plug. So probably not much value in that one. A vacuum cleaner fitting. I'm assuming we've got some more of that somewhere. I don't know. That takes batteries. What is that? Some sort of light, LED light, but does it go with something else? We'll have to wait and see. We have another mouse here. A Microsoft. Looks good, this one. It's got the scrolling wheel. Again, we don't have a USB receiver with it. Oh, it looks like it's got a good battery in it too. Oh, it's got 2 batteries. A double barrel mouse. Very hard to get these batteries out. Oh, that one has corroded, has it? Yeah. So it was still working, but oh, terribly corroded. I'm amazed that was coming on. Any wonder we had to pry it out. And the terminals in there are really, really crusty. So that one's going to go to e-waste as well. And we've probably got one good battery, and that one will have to go to battery recycling. So more e-waste. Oh, the other battery's corroded too. I don't know how that came on. All right. Well, we're not going to get good batteries out of that one. Okay, let's finish that box. Let's go move to the next one. Moving on to the next box now. I've just been in for lunch and had a cuppa. Now, that's the brochure for the Breville that we're going to scrap. So that can go in the recycle bin. We have some headphones. Are these gaming headphones? They feel pretty cheap. Can't see a brand on them. I guess they're wireless or Bluetooth ones. Oh, there's a charging port there. Maybe maybe it's wired. So I'll have to try and check them at some stage. XCD. I'll look them up, but I expect they're pretty cheapies. Oh, we have a salt lamp. Excellent. I've had good luck selling salt lamps. There's a lot of crystallized deposits around the base, which happens with these. When they're not on all the time and not warm, they attract moisture, condense moisture from the atmosphere on them, which runs down the sides, actually dissolves some of the salt, and you end up with all this crusty deposit, and it will actually stain timber, or if you've got it sitting on a nice piece of furniture, you will end up with, sometimes on some humid days, quite a lot of water. So you do need to have them turned on all the time to stop that. That one looks pretty good. I hope we have the actual light fitting to go in it. We should do, because I've been able to sell those very quickly. They look good when they're turned on. We have another lamp here. What's in this bag? Don't know. We'll get to that shortly. Let's get some of the bigger stuff out. What's this? A table lamp. Okay. Looks like a mini USB input. So maybe it's a rechargeable pyramid-shaped table lamp. So I guess I'll have to try and charge that up and see if it works. Is this another lamp? A little touch lamp? I've had one of these recently. Oh, the USB. It's a USB-C cord, and that's obviously no good. I think I've got a spare one of those, and I think they're a touch lamp. And yes, you can hang it this way as well. So I think they're a rechargeable one as well from memory. So great for camping. You could hang it up in your tent or use it as a table lamp. So we'll try and charge that one up too. What's in this little box? Expansion portable drive. 1 terabyte. So a hard drive, an external hard drive. Is it? No, it's not. That's what the box says. This looks like a little cassette Walkman thing. How do we open it? There we go. Little audio cassette Walkman. It feels very cheap. I think it's like these Walkmans are quite popular now, the original ones. This one has the older USB input, so it's obviously much more modern. Yeah, USB cassette converter. Oh, okay. I better look into that. It's not just a player then. If it's a converter, maybe you can play your cassettes and record them onto a flash drive or something. Not something I've ever seen. We'll have a look at that, but it certainly isn't an expansion. That's a shame. I would have used a 1 terabyte hard drive. So that'll be recycling. Oh, we have another one of these pyramid lamps. So a matching pair. All right, we'll have to get to those in a minute. A classic red retro style lamp. Oh, it says 1989 on it. Okay, so it is actually an older one. Switch on the back, is that a switch? No, I think that's just part of the fitting. There's a switch in the cord. All right, and it's had a new plug on it at some stage. So hopefully that's okay. We better check that. But that should sell quite well. Another mouse, and that one's pretty dirty, and we don't have the receiver either, so e-waste for that one. Oh, lots of little things. What's in this box? On off-road navigation, nearly $700. Okay, here's a note. It doesn't work. Cracked screen, unit does not work correctly as touchscreen. Only one side works. Okay, so it's probably going to be e-waste. I'm glad someone put a note in here, and I obviously knew that I picked stuff up from the charity shop because they wrote a note for me. So, okay. I'll have to check out how old it is. It might be useful for parts for people. There might be a charger in here as well. So we may not be dumping that straight into the e-waste pile. We'll check that out. Anything else written on here? What did they write it on? Is that the receipt for it? It is too. $669, and they purchased it in 2017, so it's 8 years old. So unlikely it's going to have much parts value. We'll check that out. Here's our lamp for the salt lamp, or the globe and the cord. Excellent. Just a spring-loaded clip here. Push it in there. And the cord comes out one side. Fantastic. We'll give that a check. It's got the switch in it. Another mouse, and this one... Oh, this has got the receiver. So that's a little receiver that plugs into USB on your computer. And we'll have to see if this works. It needs a battery, but it doesn't look like there's any corrosion. So we might at last have a mouse that we can sell. No, we'll get to those bags in a minute. Another mouse, a Logitech, this one. And there's the receiver for this one. Things are looking up. A bit dirty, but that'll clean up okay. A wall mount, like a sconce light. These have to be hardwired in, and no shade with it. It's metal. Kind of looks like brass, but it's not. So not much value there. No, we'll have to see if there's a shade for it. If there's a shade in here somewhere in another box, we won't be able to sell it. Right, I've been avoiding these two bags. I don't know what's in them. Let's have a look. Oh, this is a brush, a hair straightener, I guess, of some sort. It's a Go Brush Pro. And we have a USB cord in there. And even a couple of hair clips. So that looks in good condition. We'll have to check out to see if they're an expensive one or not. And this bag has a whole heap of stuff. What's all this? Samsung. It's a charging dock. It's like a watch band. There's another USB-C cord. Instructions, cords. What is it? Oh, is the actual item not even in here? Oh, is it a watch? A smartwatch? Okay. Well, we better do some checking. All the accessories are with it. I was hoping this would give me a picture of it, and it doesn't really. Alright, I'll do some checking. That's very heavy. Some sort of smartwatch kit. I don't know if it's the original bag or someone just put it in that bag. A couple of different bands. And the charging dock. Alright, that needs further investigation. And the last thing in this box is a Abby's Casio calculator. Well, I'm assuming Abby didn't need it anymore. Oh, it's a big one. Oh, huge screen on it. So that might actually be quite a valuable calculator. Hopefully it works. We have charging cords, books. Right, I'm going to have to do a fair bit of research on this stuff, so I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, when I said shortly, I kind of took me 2 or 3 hours. It takes a long time to go through this tech stuff, particularly when it's items that have had no experience with, or sometimes I didn't even know they make. So this Casio calculator is a fairly expensive one. It does power up, and I've actually been in and reset it to factory settings. So, oh, something's beeping at me there. So it seems to work fine. It goes through all the screens and does everything it's supposed to do. I'm not sure how to drive it, but I managed to find the spot to reset it. Now I can't even get back to where I was. I think we've got a menu button. There we go. So it works well. It's complete with its cover. So the back section here becomes its cover. It needs a bit of a clean up. I think that will clean up better. All the books are with it. The cords. The only thing that's missing is the stylus, which is unfortunate. It's supposed to push in that end. You can buy them on eBay quite cheaply, so that's not a problem. There were old batteries in it, which luckily hadn't corroded. I've put new ones in it. But I think that's probably worth around about $100 or so. I found a lot of them online, and I think most of them, I think I only saw one sell for less than 100, quite a few sold for 100 that were missing the stylus. So I reckon it's probably worth throwing on eBay, probably just at $100. Nice score, that one, and it's good to save it. What else have we got here? This won't be in any similar order to what we pulled them out of the box. I've just been charging things and researching them, and I think I've discovered most of what I've got here. These are rechargeable USB lights, and they've got a touch button here. You have a couple of different options, like a cool light and a warm light. So they both work fine, charged up beautifully. I've included some USB cords with them out of my supplies here, and that's playing up. Let's go to this before it turns off on me. This is the what was it, the HX1 navigator or GPS. It does work, except half of the touch screen is not responding. So the actual screen's fine, the actual LCD display's okay, and it's about to die. I've had it charged. I think the battery probably needs replacing as well, but electronically it works. It's got all the extras, the charger, the 12 volt charger, mains charger, window mount, and it seems to work fine, except it's now going to power off. And you can buy the touch screens on eBay as well. They're not super expensive, and even though this isn't a current model, I think there's a HX2 out now, they still seem to bring, in working order, they still seem to bring a fair bit, 150 or so. I saw a few sell at. I thought I'd throw this on eBay at $50 and saying that yes, it does need a new touchscreen, and it looks like, because that battery went flat fairly quickly, it probably needs a new battery. You can buy them as well online, but we might try and get 50 for that, and eBay might be the best because it might take a while to find someone in the shop that'll pay that. This cassette converter, it converts to MP3 files, I think. They're pretty cheap online, and then I opened this again and found that there's super bad corroded batteries in here. I haven't actually pulled them out. They kind of glued themselves in, so it's not going to be worth trying to fix. There we go. It's super crusty. The batteries have swollen up. There's lots of corrosion in there, so that can just go into the e-waste. I've got a lot of batteries for battery recycling this week, when we had the 4 out of the calculator as well. Oh yeah, they've swollen up all right. Terrible. Okay, so that can just go to e-waste. They weren't very expensive to buy, even in good condition. So we've talked about the navigator. This watch is a Samsung, and it's charging. It's a Samsung Galaxy watch. I've got into it and reset it to factory settings. It did have family photos on it. There's a couple of 3 bands actually, and it appears to work fine. It is an older model though. I think they're about 7 years old. I think it's one of the first, or one of the early Samsung Galaxy smartwatches. They didn't sell for very much at all. A few people were trying to sell the chargers, and a couple of the watches did sell, and I think I saw one make a fair bit. I'm going to put this in the shop at $30. I don't think it's worth trying it on eBay. There was just too many on there that weren't selling. Yeah, it's, I don't know, battery low. Oh, it's come off. Hasn't stopped charging. Okay, there we go. So that's okay. We can get rid of that for about $30 in the shop. The bag that it came in, I just showed Christine, and she liked the idea of this little handle that hooks on the zip. So I think she wants this bag back to create another video on her channel. It's Christine's Home Affairs. So when I get it back, I'll probably put $10 on it. It's quite a nice little zippered pouch, and nice and clean, and it's sort of a vinyl crocodile skin type pattern. So I reckon we'll get 10 for that, but Christine will have it for a while first. This item, I have had one of these before, and it charged up beautifully. If we hold our finger on, it will come on. We have different light options, and it will also scroll through the colors. A little charging cable with it, a USB cable. So that works quite well. We'll get $10 for that pretty easily. The headphones are actually Bluetooth headphones. The brand XCD isn't a very expensive brand, but these are in good condition. I paired it with my phone and they sound really good. The controls work, and again I found a charging cord to go with that. So we should get 10 for that. What else over here? The hair straightener or hair brush works perfectly. That has a charging cord and everything with it. These sell new for around about 40 to 50, I think I saw. This one works perfectly fine. Heats up and everything. And I think we'll probably just put 10 on that. Move it on fairly quickly. I think we'll find a buyer for 10. So that's all the small stuff. There's going to be a fair bit of value in this. This sort of stuff takes a long time to go through and research, as I was saying, and then charge up and test. I've got a couple of items that I am going to throw on eBay because I think they'll take too long to sell through the shop. So that's the navigator and the calculator. The rest of it will go in the shop. Now we have a couple of other things to plug into my appliance tester. The first one is this little retro lamp. So it powers up fine. Switch works okay. No issues there. Okay, we'll probably just go $10 on that. The plug has been replaced, as I mentioned earlier, but it looks like it's been wired okay. And the salt lamp is the other one, which I'll still need to clean up the deposits on, and it should go fine unless the globe is blown. There we go, works beautifully. Okay, switch in line does work. Alright, that just needs a bit of a clean up. We'll probably get 20 for that. The salt lamps seem to sell quite well. Quick clean up there. Certainly easier doing the bigger stuff. Now I also found two of these mice that worked fine. These both had the receivers and that works brilliantly. I'm just going to put $5 on that one. It's just an Officeworks type one. The other one's a Logitech and it's a really nice heavy mouse, this one. It works perfectly. I'm going to keep that because my computer at the shop does need a new mouse. I've got a corded one on there at the moment. So I'll hang on to that. I'd probably ask 10 for that normally, but that's fine. I get to keep something. Okay, the next box has one of these stereo speakers on top of it. We'll get to that afterwards. And it looks like we have more kitchen appliances in this one, or at least these are a bit quicker to get through than the tech stuff. We have another kettle. So we'll test that one in a tick. It looks okay. Breville, stainless steel. Bit dirty inside, but that will clean up okay. So hopefully that works fine. Looks like we have a slow cooker here. And that's a bit dirty as well, but I think it might be okay. We have a lid for it. Oh, that's very dirty. And the last thing in this box is a, what's this, a speaker? Roland? Oh, okay, it's a little amplifier, is it? Keyboard, instrument, guitar, and it has tone, delay, reverb. So I think it's a little guitar amp. Okay, it's a bit knocked around. Not sure. It has a power pack with it. So I guess we can check that. Hopefully it works. We might get something for it. A bit different to kitchen appliances. And the box has fallen apart, so that can go in the recycle bin. Okay, this box won't take us as long. Let's check out the slow cooker first. And what is it? It's a George Foreman. I didn't know he had a slow cooker. I usually see the grills. Off, low, high, auto. It's filthy dirty around this front actually. But it's complete and it appears undamaged. So we'll take that bowl out of there. Oh, actually it's, the screws have rusted badly. Yeah, I don't think they're never going to clean up very nicely. It's always going to look very secondhand. So I think we'll cut our losses with this and just chop the cord off. I'm not even going to try and get the aluminium centerpiece out because it doesn't weigh much at all. Virtually, well, probably only a few grams really. They're very thin and I would have a lot of trouble trying to undo those screws. So I'm just going to leave that as it is. It can go to e-waste with the lid. I don't need to keep the lid. I'll chop the cord off. And the plug. But I will keep the insert and I'll put that at the shop for $5 as a dog water bowl, food bowl. They actually sell quite well because they're very heavy and they tend not to be tipped over easily. It is quite warm weather at the moment. So I think also the fact that it's quite thick ceramic would actually keep the water quite cool on a hot day. So I have no trouble selling these. Just put $5 on it, but it's better than throwing it out. And there we go, the Breville kettle seems to work nicely. Boils, clicks out, no leaks. And hopefully it's cleaned up a fair bit inside. Just looking down there, it looks much cleaner. Very good. Alright, it is an older model. It's probably older than 20 years old because the plug doesn't have the sleeves on the pins. But it seems to be in great condition and it would polish up absolutely sparkling. So happy to mark this one for sale. It tests safe, it has a good earth, and I can't see any damage, and now it's a lot cleaner than it was. We'll polish it off later. We'll just go $10 on it, but it should be a nice quick sale. Rightio, we'll go and pour that on some weeds outside in a minute. The Roland little amplifier is actually called a mobile cube. I had a quick look online just while the kettle was boiling. They sell quite well. Yeah, I think you can still buy them new. This is a fairly old model. Again, it's the original, well, I think it's the original power pack. It doesn't actually say Roland, so maybe it isn't. It's a 9-volt power pack. It's an older linear power supply, this one. It does run off batteries. It takes 6 AA's, but unfortunately the battery cover's missing. The battery terminals in each end appear okay, so they're not corroded. I don't think I have 6 batteries to check it at the moment, but we can plug it into the appliance tester with the power pack and see if it powers up. I could probably find something to give us an input. We have, it'll take a mic, a keyboard, stereo input or guitar, auxiliary, and also RCA, so we can probably find an input for it to test it. Let's see if it powers up. Where's our switch on off somewhere? Volume's on flat out, we better turn that down, although we haven't got any input at the moment. Tone, that's reverb, that's our different inputs. Oh, that volume's at, oh, that's the mic volume. Is that a switch? Okay, I'm not getting any life out of it. Oh, maybe there's a power switch around here. Power. There we go, I heard a little noise through the speakers. We don't have any lights. Probably not supposed to. Do we get any hum? I better find something to give us an input signal, I guess. We need to prove if it works or not. So I've found an input source for us to test the Roland amp, and it's a National Panasonic boombox. It has RCA outputs, or a line out. So that'll give us a signal to put into the amp. The radio works, I know that. I haven't checked anything else. One day I'll get into my boombox collection. It's growing rapidly and I have quite a lot to restore. Okay, we have input here, RCA input. The radio is actually on at the moment. When I plugged the plugs into it, it automatically disconnected the speakers. So now we should have a signal here. Let's power this up. And we'll have to go to, oh, there is a little, oh, here we go. Okay, it works off the volume. Why is that coming back? Oh, we have crackly controls there. So it looks like the volume controls will vary the output signal, but I thought I had the volume down to minimum on this. We're obviously on the right input, and obviously the amplifier works, which is good. But I don't know why the volume here doesn't seem to affect it. Maybe that's for a different input source. We've got a lot of crackle in these volume controls. Okay, I can't keep playing that. These controls don't seem to do anything. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Maybe the line in just purely works the speaker and doesn't go through the actual amp. We probably need a microphone to test the amplifier. I'm not too sure, I've never used one of these. The speakers sound pretty good. So it obviously works. If we have it playing and we turn the power off to this, it should go off, I would imagine. Yeah, okay, well maybe the amplifier is working. The line out signal probably isn't amplified by the boombox. Not too sure on that. It does seem to work though. It's absolutely filthy dirty though. It's got some paint spilt on it. It doesn't appear to be damaged, but it's just very dirty. It's obviously been stored in a shed. Looks like you can mount it on a pole if you're out busking and you want a portable amplifier for your guitar. Because it runs off batteries, it would probably be really good for that. Unfortunately, we don't have the battery cover. Alright, I'm going to have to give it a bit of a clean up and work out what to sell it for. I do have a microphone at the shop. I could probably plug that in and just make sure that that all works. But signs are looking good. Okay, we have one more box to go underneath this speaker. And what's in this tub, I don't really know. Oh, okay. Hopefully it doesn't take us too long. This looks like a digital photo frame. We had one of these last week. And we had to repair the bracket on that one. This one looks like the bracket's okay. It just clips in. We did actually sell the one last week. Got $10 for it. We have a USB cable for it. Oh, that's just a USB extension cable. Don't think that goes with it. Power supply, a couple of other cables. Alright, and a little remote control. And a user's guide. That's a big book for a digital photo frame. Wow. It might be in a heap of different languages, perhaps. So, assuming this works, we might get a $10 for it. Another frame. Oh, you can have different frames. Interesting. Yeah, there's another frame in here too. And another book. That's the guarantee booklet, and that's like 20, 30 pages. Okay, so we will test that in a minute. If that works, we'll try for our 10. We could probably leave the whole lot in the box too. We'll get to that soon. We'll see what else is in this tub first. Something in a bag. Is it electrical? It looks like a makeup bag. Oh, hang on. That must be a light up mirror. It's probably got LEDs around the outside of it, so maybe it is a makeup bag. I think it is. The only thing that makes it electrical is it has a light up mirror. I presume it charges up. And it's just got a heap of compartments. It's pretty clean. So it's like a makeup kit. I'm not sure where this one went. Maybe that just sits on top. Alright, we should get something for that. We will see if the LED lights work. There's a shopping bag we will use at the shop. We have some Christmas lights. Now, I had a whole heap of Christmas lights in last week's episode, and we actually sold them all. So that was good. And I've got $5 each. We'll plug these in. Hopefully we'll get $5 for those as well. And there's also some other Christmas lights there, so they should sell okay. We have a few things that I picked up to flip this week. I don't think I've mentioned that at all because I haven't found them. I've finally found them. I also have a little charger here for rechargeable batteries. And a little Apple TV box. I've had one of these before. I've had a few, I think. I don't know if they've got a market or not. I'll have to check that out. And some goblets. Now, I found these pewter goblets in their scrap metal bin. I could try and sell them. That one's all squashed. That one's not bad. I don't know if it's worth the effort to try and sell them. I think I'll just keep them for the pewter. Pewter is a very soft metal, as you can see from that. And I plan on melting it down and selling ingots to people that want to cast things out of you, because you can actually melt pewter on a gas stove. It melts at a very low temperature. At this stage, I'm just hanging on to it whenever I find it. Down the track, we'll probably do a video on it, but it might be a long time. I'm just saving it up for now. Now, I did purchase something. I've got these utensils, quite retro ones, timber handles, and there's some other ones that go with it. And they were $4 the lot, so it was all one set, $4 a lot. I think we'll at least get 15 for that set. They're in pretty good condition. I think they're English made. So that was a cool pickup. Also in their scrap metal bin was this Willow brand nut loaf tin. These have always sold fairly well at the shop. I don't think I've ever seen anyone make nut loaf, but I think it's some sort of like a, is it like a biscuit slice or something? I'm not sure that I've even had it, but they do sell well. We'll get at least 5 for that, so not bad out of their scrap metal bin. That cord belongs with something. I did purchase a teapot for $4. Really good, clean condition. I think it's Japanese made. Yes, it's made in Japan. Probably 1960s or 70s. A very attractive little teapot, I think. And I think someone would love that to actually make tea in. There's no chips to the spout. I always look at the spout because that's usually where it gets damaged, or underneath the lid. But that's a nice one. So $4 will probably, I reckon I could go 15 on that pretty easily. What else is in here? Just a PowerPoint adapter. So we might just hang on to that. That will be handy. All right, let's get the crate off the bench. We'll sort this stuff out. I'll do some checking. Then we'll just come back after this lot, go through what we've got here. Then I have the stereo system and a couple of TVs. I think one might be a computer monitor. And then we're finished. But what a marathon this has been. And this lot has been mostly checked and tested. The digital photo thing seems to work perfectly fine. So we're just going to pack that up again and put $10 on it with all the books and everything. The makeup case, at least I think that's what it is on charge. And if we turn it on, we have an LED light surrounding the mirror. And I think you can have like a cool light, a warm light, a couple of options. And that charges up and it will run for, well, I assume it will run for quite a while before you need to recharge it. The LEDs certainly won't use much power. And that's in good condition. So I think we'll get at least 10 for that. 10 for that. Let's unplug that one. It doesn't actually charge. It needs to be plugged in all the time. Let's just quickly check the Christmas lights. See if they work. Nothing. No, that set's not working. All right, they can go to Ewaste. I don't have time to muck around trying to swap globes. This set does work. Okay, so we have one set working. We'll try and get $5 for that. The other set, I'm just going to chop some of the wire off them. I'm not going to try and prune all the wire. I'll just keep the main bit. Oh, those flash. I didn't realise that. And the rest of the lights can just go into e-waste. So we'll get a little bit of wire out of it. That'll do. What else? Oh, this charger I'm going to hang on to here because I need to charge up some batteries from time to time, and I don't have one here. The Apple TV media streaming thing, I looked online for this model. It's an older model. Sometimes they sell, but not for very much. I'm just going to put $5 on this in the shop, untested. I could not be bothered trying to work out how it operates and try and power it up, because even in good going order they don't get very much, but they did seem to sell. So that was it from this lot. We've only got that stereo to do next, and then a couple of TVs. If you're still with me, it's finally time to check out the stereo. This is a Thomson brand. It looks way more impressive than what it is. It's a pretty cheap and nasty unit, I think. The contacts coming off this speaker, and in fact even the front plastic panel's loose. There's a lot of overdone plastic decoration, and really inside is probably just a whole lot of empty space and a few small boards. I expect the turntable not to work. I don't think the cassettes will work. The CD 50-50 chance. The radio should go. So we'll plug it in and see what happens. I actually have one of these at the shop that I may have had on video a while back, that was the case. The turntable didn't work, the cassette didn't work. I've been trying to get $20 for it with no success, so I might have to drop it to 10. Make a pretty cool workshop radio, but then again, I don't know how good the performance is. So we had some light. Standby, there we go. Medium wave. Okay, push button, volume. We don't have right channel for some reason. I just checked the wiring. Oh, that's it. One of the wires wasn't in properly. So we have both channels. We have a lot of static. Let's see if we can get something on FM. Where do we tune? Here we go. FM. And tuning.
In Sydney, and
so there we go. It does work.
They're not all
Sounds okay through both speakers.
Some of them got different names.
All right, has a bass. So the radio seems to work okay. Let's quieten them down a bit. Right, so we were always fairly confident the radio would work. So maybe we could put $10 on it as a radio. Both speakers sound okay. Let's see what happens perhaps with the turntable. There's a fair chance the actual creaky lid. Sounds like you're breaking something, but I think that's just the way it works. All right, I'm guessing the turntable won't even move. It's on 33. Does have a 78 speed as well. And I guess we might have to select tuner, do we? Sorry, phono. Phono, there we go. Yep, okay. I can hear the motor going. The belt's probably broken, assuming it's a belt drive. Let's pull the top off and have a quick look. Okay, we didn't lose the circlip. That should lift up. And yeah, the belt's just hanging in there. Yeah, broken belt. I do have some belts. I guess we can try and replace it. Okay, I've just had a look through my eBay belt kit for turntable belts, and I do have one that's around about the right size. So let's see if we can get that on there. Always a bit tricky to put these on. Alright, I think we can manage this. Have to stretch it a bit to get it over the motor spindle. Okay, that went on alright. Let's see if it turns. Look at that. Alright, well I guess I had the belts here, I might as well use them. We'll put the circlip back on. Righto, let's try a record on there. I have a vintage 70s record of Mark Holden. And I didn't actually check if there's a needle in there. Oh, there is, yep. I don't expect it to sound very good, but hopefully it does work. Otherwise we've wasted a belt. Alright, now that's on 33, we're on the right speed. Oh, she takes off alright. Okay, do we have noise? Oh, we do. That actually sounds alright. Okay, I don't suppose it's an auto return. It gets to the end of the track and it's probably just going to sit there until you turn it off. Oh no, it's tracking in and then it just stops. Okay, pretty basic turntable, but it does work. Well, okay, that will improve its saleability. And I'm pleased I got to use one of the belts out of my eBay belt kit. Very good. So turntable works. Radio works. Let's go to tape. I don't hold out any hope here at all. Eject. Very slow to open. Rewind and fast forward work, so that's promising. Let's put a cassette in. That works. I'm amazed. Pause. Fast forward. Whoops. Rewind. Now me and my... Well, there you go. Let's see if the other side works. Let's see how we go here. Where's play here? Gonna take another stroll downtown. That works as well, doesn't seem quite as clear. Okay, well there we go. I am amazed. And the CD, well, I thought the CD might work. Let's see if it opens. Oh, we have to go to CD. Oh yes. Oh, it's got a CD in here. Phantom of the Opera. So that's in disc. Let's put it in disc 1 position. Disc 1.
Sold.
Oh, that's going to play.
Your number, sir. Thank you.
How do we go to track 2? So I was just trying to work out how to go through the tracks on that one CD, and I think I've selected another CD. I didn't see there was another one in there.
What an old friend I happen.
And we have the Tennessee Waltz. So there must be another CD in here, because I'm sure the Tennessee Waltz isn't on Phantom of the Opera. So let's take that one out. How do we rotate these? There we go. Oh, there we go. Unforgettable 50s memories. Okay, well, it seems to work. The open and closed door seems to need a bit of a nudge, but otherwise it seems to work quite well. Now the last items in today's pile I'm not going to do. We've gone long enough. This one is I don't even know what brand it is. It's an older it's a Voxon. It's a DVD player and TV. It needs a 12 volt supply and I don't have one here. I've probably got one at the shop. There's a pretty good chance it's not going to get all the channels. So if it works as a DVD player and gets the basic like ABC and SBS or whatever the other channels are that the older TVs can only get, I would struggle to get $20 for it. I don't have a remote for it. I tempted to even scrap it, but I might try a 12 volt power supply on it just to see how it does go. If by chance it gets all the channels, we'll get a bit more for it. This one is a computer monitor. It's a Median, but again it needs a 12 volt power supply, which I don't have one here. It's quite an old one. It's about 13-14 years old. It does have a HDMI input, which makes it of some value, but again, I'd have to find a power supply and test it. I'm not going to do that in today's video. I won't write down any value for these. We'll just pretend we've never seen them before and they won't even be included in the list because we've gone long enough today. So let's go and have a look at all of our treasures up on the deck. Well, what a haul we have this week. There's so much stuff. I don't think I'll do this again. It's just too long. I think the video is too long, but I'll be interested to see how the YouTube analytics go. I expect a few of you will drop off, maybe, hopefully not unsubscribe. But we've got a lot of stuff and we've saved a lot of stuff. So we have heaps to sell, all on the tables. It's all cleaned up pretty well. I think there's, I've pretty well cleaned up everything. Right to price. I'll do the list in a minute. Stuff on the bottom as well that we're going to sell. A few things in the front there I'm going to keep. That's all the stuff that's going to e-waste from this week. So we've saved a massive pile from going out to the transfer station and reduced it down to that. Very little rubbish. A couple of bits in that box. Some cardboard for recycling. The batteries will go to battery recycling. There was one globe that was no good. The blender I did scrap out. The casing was actually cast aluminium. I didn't realise. I thought it was plastic. And we've got a decent sized motor. Fair bit of wire. Those goblets I've mentioned earlier I'm just keeping because they're pewter and I'll deal with those down the track. A little bit of hardware that came out of the blender that I'll save and either use or put into jars. The things we bought to flip, a plastic bag I will reuse at the shop. And look, one of the problems with doing a long video is I've forgotten what the earlier stuff was on about, and you might have said we'll talk about that later and I've totally forgotten now. But everything there works, is tested, is safe, and we can take to the shop and sell. And same with the stuff on this side. I did take a photo of this light. I left it charging in the sun all day, and here's a photo of it on the deck last night. So it actually lights up pretty well. The navigation thingo, the GPS one, we're going to try and eBay. Same with that calculator. So I'll let you know how that goes. I'll try and get onto that straight away. The rest of it will be going to the shop and be priced on Friday, and hopefully we move a bit of stuff. So let's go and have a look at how large the list is on the notepad. It is large. We've gone over the page. All the prices there as mentioned. Now, a few things I forgot to point out when we were looking at the stuff on the deck. I did replace the cord on that lamp. Probably wasn't worth it just to get $10 out of it, but I've done it nonetheless. Everything else was quite clean, as you saw. Things cleaned up very well. The Casio calculator, I'm going to list that on eBay as a buy it now at $100. So 85 is allowing for the fact that I'll lose something in fees. Also the same with, what else were we putting? Oh, the navigator. I'll list that at 50, so we should get around 40. Everything else is going in the shop. And I didn't include any of the scrap metal, any of the sundry cords, the little bits and pieces that I sell. But there's our total, $475, $35 for a few bits we picked up when we were there in more of a buying capacity, and rummaging in their scrap metal bin. So, and I haven't mentioned, of course, the pewter goblets either. So a lot of stuff didn't get written down, but that's just incidentals. We've got a pretty good potential return. Mind you, it's been a lot of work, and I probably won't be doing such a big video anymore for Monday Marathon. Although, what's the definition of marathon? Maybe an hour and 10 or whatever this is going to end up is actually short. I don't know. We'll see. Let me know in the comments what you think. I mean, I reckon it's too long. It's too much work for me. It's taken me nearly 2 full days to process this. So $400 and something return. Remember, I've also still got to take it to the shop, price it all, and deal with customers. And some things might get discounted. So it's not money for nothing. It's hard work, but I'm pleased that I've saved it all. I do enjoy the process. And I haven't even been back through the previous weeks to show you what sold, because I think you're probably all asleep by now. Thanks for watching though. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.